All right, so my name is Ajay Aisa, and I'm one of the organizer for this event. Um, I work for Musa Green Project, and Musa Green Project is also the service owner for MGLC, the program who organizes the conference. We used to have a tech conference, and then of course we also have um, a business conference. We had our first conference back in 2018. We couldn't hold the one for 2020 because of COVID. And ever since, we have just been doing consultation, coaching businesses, and the like. So we've not had, which was the very 2018 was very big. We had CNN. Some of you probably go to our website, you see on the website, you will see people who attended, some of you that attended, some of you who went to the CNN in Atlanta. And we have quite a number of people who are also here who came from South Africa, Zimbabwe, across. We have people from Kenya. We have different people across like that who came around, and quite a number of people who came make some referrals, from the last program. And and then one of the key things why we tried to talk to the US embassy at the time. Of course, while they are also considering the fact that yes, they would listen to us, but we also see that we've had some challenges in the past. And when it comes to visa, because of that, we reach out to the Canadian embassy, and I had to go to Canada myself, Toronto precisely, and then to look at, it's a viable opportunity for us to invite people across. And of course, before I get into the details, so I just will kind of give you the kind of background why we decided to say, you know what, we are going to mix it. We have a program in Toronto, Canada, and then we also have in in Canada, in US, and then we take a look at all those factors. And then, of course, the immigration policies in America has not really been friendly. And then we have to strategize. And then because whatever we're doing, it's going to impact in the world. It's going to be impacting people from different walk of life. And then we didn't just want it to have just only the North America alone. We want to be able to extend that leadership impact, business opportunities also for those coming from other part of the world. And of course, that's just one of the main reasons why we decided to say, you know what, let's extend this opportunity to other places as well. And then we chose with the team, we chose to have which we decided to have it in this upcoming one in Canada, Toronto. Basically, I'm just going to share my screen just to walk us through, and then that will be a time for us to, ask questions, to walk us through this little slide I have for you guys. Um, oh, yeah, can you all see my, okay, is it shared already? Okay, so I'm sure you can all see my screen, if you can. I want to be sure everybody can see my screen. All right, so I'm just going to quickly run through this. Um, we have, so this next year team, it's we call it building global leaders for transformative future. Building global leaders for transformative future. We at MGLC, basically what we do is we notice that everything rise and fall under leadership. And not only that, we also see that there is a gap between there's always a connecting point between leadership and businesses. And that's more reason why we are taking a look at um, you know, bringing that gap into reality and making sure that people who wants, to have the opportunity, because there's on one side is a leadership. It has to be personal leadership, team leadership, and then growth leadership. On the other part is growing businesses, making fortune, ensuring that, and then there's interconnectivity between the two. And so that's where we are coming, and that's why we're unique in terms of areas and that we're focusing on. And then we practically use the John Maxwell model in our leadership and our business growth. And then going into apart from the fact that we chose this team, so building global leaders, meaning that there are leaders, but what we are looking at is leaders who are, who have the global mindset, who sees beyond their, their immediate environment, who sees opportunity beyond their present areas. And then those are people who feel that will make a biggest impact in this generation. And in any areas you are going to be getting into, whether in different areas or professions that you're going to be getting into. The world as it is now is a global village, and so take that leadership into it's a serious focus. And because of that, and then the program is going to be for 3 days. The conference is going to be for 3 days, and then of course we said it's a bring together leaders, industry experts, and emerging talents for 3 transformation days of learning, networking, and growth. And then, of course, this program is for business owners, CEOs, government officials, business researchers, professionals across all walk of life. And then, of course, it cuts across all walk of life, whether you're a teacher, whether you're, you at some point you have to manage yourself, you have to manage your leadership potentials, you have to manage your growth, and at some point that will automatically reflect in your day-to-day business activities, whether you are managing your business, you are managing your teaching, or being a professional. All that will translate into the result end, which is you giving the results that is needed, because the leadership comes from within. And then if you're able to succeed in managing your own leadership potentials, then there's likelihood that you're going to manage business very well. You're going to be successful in your career and all that. So for day one, we're looking at leadership foundation, team building, establish core leadership principles, and team building skills for effective organizational transformation. For day two is strategic market. So again, dives into global brand creation, competitive advantage, how your own brand, we have competitive advantage over others. How can you ensure that your own brand, your own personality, because you sell yourself, you sell your product, how you make sure that you have overriding, effect in terms of people be able to see reasons. I used to tell people, I said, if I give you if you have let me use naira or maybe rand or whatever it is. If you give me, if I tell you bring 20 rand and I want to give you $50, I don't know how much the value is, but at least at some point maybe dollar is over a rand, and then I say I want to give you $50. What will happen is somebody who has 20 rand will want to quickly exchange the $50 with me. That is value. That is where the business strategy comes into play. Now, what it means is that somebody with 50 rand or with 20 rand, we said, oh, quickly take my 20 rand because I want to get something. So many people don't get successful because they don't have the value. So if you have the value, nobody will resist it. So The man who is holding 20 rand feels that I can get a higher value. That's why he's ready to part away with his 20 rand. And then because he feels that he's going to get 50, $50. And because of that, that is where strategic, values and business values comes into play. Now, you are going to get this, you know, you know, brain, how do I call it now? This mind-blowing understanding on how the whole market structure work within around the world. How does the CEOs think? How do they get into their mind? How does it think? The difference between somebody who is a millionaire and somebody who does not know I have anything is just information. It's information in the sense that someone who has a lower value needs to just have understanding on how to get efficient value. And that will make the difference. And that's exactly what we are going to exploring on second day. And the third day is how to take your brand, your personality, your product, your services to a global perspectives, your thinking, your mindset, everything about you, networking, award, everything going out global. That's who you are, and that's what you're going to be. So you can't think less than yourself. So that's going to be where it's going to be mind blowing. And then, of course, we table down all our activities for day one, day two, and then during that day one, we'll be going out. Some other social functions also will be alongside during their break times. We're going to be showing you quick moments. So we have all these programs scheduled. For day two, too, we have a lot of things to cover on day two as well. And then, of course, some of these topics are there, which we're also going to be sending across to you. So I was just giving you a kind of a brief on the general note. Now, we'll be also be going out on tourist visits. On day three, also the same thing, opportunities in global markets, leading leaders forums, where we have CEOs, people will be invited to think much, the way they think, and then you'll be able to have, well, so some of these topics, and just to break down, I just give you kind of summary of what you should expect day one, day two, day three, in terms of that. So majorly for this. So the part of our social functions, on Saturday it will be our city tour, where we visit CN Towers. It's like think about 500 meters from the ground floor. You don't want to see that experience is very big. And then of course on that evening of that we'll be going on dinner cruise. For those who are going to be attending, and of course the major falls in Canada on Sunday afternoon we'll be doing that too. Of course, we'll also be doing the last day dinner too as well. For those who are going to be going. The team, beyond these people, we also having, going to getting more people to be part of this team, but at least the consistent team members. We have Selena Harris, we have myself, we have Jason Stostin, we have Tracy Leak. Jason and Tracy are John Maxwell executive. Both work with John Maxwell. They are part of us. And then Jason is a leading authority on international business and strategic market expansion. Tracy, it's a leadership strategist. It's a business expert. We want to get as much. So Tracy will be leading the forum for business CEOs. Of course, I'll be giving keynote on the empowering leaders through proven methodologies, using John Maxwell models on how countries get transformed, people get transformed, business get transformed, and then of course we also need finance. So we'll be having Salana Harris, which is also going to be helping on how to source funds, how to get funds, how to get a lot of things into place. So all this is going to be going on, and then there are so many people who are going to be coming in before the end of the year. So we just want to just give you this brief. Now, how to register for this program? I mean, a lot of people might scream at this point and say, "Oh, this is too much." How do you register for this program? It only costs, $1,500. We put it there, and then we're going to give you more information on how you can register. Now, and then you can also reach out to us if you're registered for this program. Now I remember the first time back, was it 2014 or so? I went for my first conference and I also paid $5,000. And then 2 years after, for that same conference, I made over $28,000. And that tells me something about opening my mind. And now I can travel anywhere in the world. I can go anywhere in the world because I'm having different value. Like I just told you, I wasn't planning of having this program in Canada until I actually went to Toronto, I think this March. And I told my team, I think we can actually have it. This place is nice. It's a good thing and all that. So my point is, I know a lot of people want to look at the money, want to look at it, which is fine. But again, uh, you have to look at what you're going to get after. So very, very important. It's good to look at the money, but it's very important. Now, for this, I also want to talk to us about, for those who had visa already, you're welcome. You just go into our website and you will see it there. And then I can just use this opportunity to probably to take a look at our page and then how you can register. And then just 1 second. I'm not sure if I'm sharing that. Stop my share here. Just to show us how uh, we can actually register online. 1 minute. I'm going to share once again. Um, just sharing the screen. Okay, so then I'm going to go to, so you can have this on our website, and then you will see, and then you can register, and you will see that. And then if you are going to, so these are optional. These social events are optional. All you need to do is just to click if it's just only one person for this program, then to be registered there, and then the total will be here. And then, sorry, so you just click plus here. It's registered for one person. And then if you want to be registered for the social events, visit CN Tower, dinner, cruise, event, then you also click this and then you have this value. If you are going to be using the hotel within the environment, I mean the hotel we are using, which is Sheraton in Toronto, then you can also, make reservations and then you can register now. Now, under register now, you have options to pay now or you pay later, whichever way you want to. If you want to use, you'll be expected to fill in the form. Then of course the options will be there if you need visa or not. If you don't need visa, you say you don't need visa, and then you can go. And then you have option to use PayPal. You have option to pay a direct bank transfer, or you can pay later, and then you go and then finish the registration. So if you have, this, then you have to place order. If you pay later, and then you have to place order, and you can go ahead and register. And so once you register, we'll receive your registration, and then we can move from there, and then we'll begin to process. Now, having said that, for those who have visa need, um, you know, we said, we have a couple of things that we need to iron out. For those who have visa needs, of course, we all know that visa is not 100%. It's not, like I told you, the Canadian embassy said yes. For those who are going to be coming for the conference, send us their name. At the same time, what it means is that we have a commitment with them. And then in the past, we used to give people letter of invitation. They get a visa. They don't show up for the program. So we don't want that to happen. And so we decided to have a commitment that you have to pay. Now, for those who need visa, you can see my screen, we already have outlined. So what are the things do they need for them to get visa for this? Of course, they will need a visa fee that will be paid in their home country, wherever they're coming from. Valid passports is required. The validity is required about at least 6 months before. And then, like I said, the embassy also mandated us that if anybody is coming for the program, they should have applied 6 months before the program. I know Canada is very cold anytime from November, December, January, February are very cold. So we put the program for April, at least much better. But then, so if you are going to, the program is in April, if you are going to be coming in to apply, you must at least apply for the program early enough. So if you apply for the program, this month or next month or up till, I think, August, September, in worst case scenario, you should be able to get your visa. So if you're applying anytime after that, that will be almost like 6 months before the program. So we advise that people should take advantage, ensure they applied ahead of time, and of course they will need proof of sufficient fund. um, so just get yourself prepared that if you are coming, they should expect that, oh, if you are coming to Canada, you should have a proof of sufficient fund, no criminal record, no security risk. Of course, you can, if you need to work with your agent, about the proof of security about funds. Ensure that you are open up to whatever background check they are going to do for you to get their visa. And then, of course, on our website too, we also put a couple of recommendations too as well, which when you get this documentation, we'll be able to see, in our advisory from based on the visa, from Canada. Of course, you also need to get letter of invitation from us. I mean, there's no way we can send your name to a list of people who are coming for the conference if you don't get letter of invitation from us. So definitely you get letter of invitation from us, and then we'll send them the list from us from time to time to update the embassy. Visa application via Canadian embassy in your home country. We're also going to provide where you can apply, get to know if you are eligible or not, and then where you can apply for visa. Then from us, we're going to provide letter of invitation. You have to first register, second, and we usually letter of invitation. So what we try to do is, like I said, because the embassy required that, okay, we have a business relationship with these people, we are sending their names. We are not getting any extra money for the letter of invitation, but we are going to cover the administrative costs. The administrative costs usually, it is $500. Now, what it means is that because I understand the challenges that may come in as a result of whether you've been denied visa or you are being given visa. And in most cases, we even give people letter of invitation. If they get visa, in most cases, if they don't tell us they get visa, there's no commitment. If for any reason they lose, in the other cases, it's the fact that we also plan already ahead of them that, okay, there's a commitment and we plan the number of seats, we plan number of, so we can take back a lot of administrative costs that we have incurred in our own hand. However, we need a commitment, a non-refundable commitment that says, oh, yes, we are going to take all these administrative costs, on your behalf. We're going to email the Canada that, okay, this is a commitment with us. And for any reasons you decide to go away, or people decide to go away, let me not say you decide to go away, because I want to believe that we are all responsible. So if any reason they did not show up, that commitment becomes something we are going to use as part of the preparation. And if you come up and said, okay, oh, I'm coming, I got the visa and I'm coming into the conference, all you need to just pay the balance, right? Pay the balance and then you are good to go for the conference. So it becomes a win-win for every one of us. And then for this purpose, we are, I met with the team yesterday and they said, even though we said 500, but for anybody who is going to register between now and the next 2 months, we are going to allow them to pay 300. I believe that's a good news for everyone hearing. So $300. And then, of course, we notify the Canadian Embassy on behalf for those who are going to be attending, which is a good one. And then, of course, we, in many cases, we've seen that before. U.S. Embassy, I think at some point, U.S. Embassy send a verification for people come from South Africa, and then we have to verify that yes, it's true, they actually register with us. So we going to be standing, in the way to support your verifications, whatever document you are going to be sending, your receipts, your letter of invitation, everything will be sent to you for you to to the embassies to get all that. I think that's all I'll probably have for you guys today. So we look forward to welcoming you to Canada, for those who are going to be coming in. So I'm going to give room to questions at this point. I'm going to give room to questions. So if you want to, you can just, you do make use of the end. You can raise up your hand and then we can take your question. Right. Anyone, if you have any questions. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Hi,
evening.
audible now. Good
Yes,
evening. So,
I think so.
thank you for coming up with a program like this. I've been on this platform for like 2 years. So I think this time I will be able to take part in the conference. So what I really want to know is, oh, you talk about the registration now. That if we can register, is it between now and July? I want to know the specific date that the gift of that the $300 will be applicable.
Yeah, so the 300, the $300 will be only for 2 months. So which means it's going to cover, we're already at the end of April. So May and June, grace. And
Okay.
so we don't want to make sure whoever that really want to can actually apply within that period. And if it goes beyond that, then you know that you'll be paying 500, as a deposit. And for those who has visa need. For those who don't have visa need, just pay their money straight. They just pay their $1,000 and be expecting us to take care of whatever things ahead of them, if they want to, because the more people who have visa for us is the better for us to make our own profits, also to be sure that we are making enough preparation for them. But because we don't want, for those who have visa need, we also don't want to exclude them. We don't want to exclude them. We want to make sure that everybody comes from different walk of life. So, and that's why we have to create a time to create this session. We have people who came last time. We have professors among them. We have quite a number of people who are going to be sponsored from government officials. We have CEOs who are going to be coming who just go ahead and pay directly. But for those who have visa need, yes, you will give them that period, that leverage, and then we can go from there.
Okay. One more question, sir. So on the payment for the registration for the conference, you said is one, let's say with all the other activities, like 2 point something million dollar. So you said we can pay in tranches. So when will the payment start and in how many tranches can we do that?
All right. So not $2 million, $2,000.
$2,000 rather.
Okay. So I mean that is
$2,000.
that based on what other things you want to participate in. That's one. Second is yes, we are giving leverage for people who don't have visa. Now, if you have visa, you don't have anything to worry about. You just pay your money and then you wait for to come for the conference.
I
And then
don't
even
have
if
visa.
so if you have visa and you want to pay in bits, that is also fine. But if you don't have visa, we only encourage them to pay that initial deposit. That's only thing you need to pay. Because we want to make sure that you get the visa, and then when you get a visa, then you can pay the remaining, right? So, but we just need the commitment from you and said if you get the visa, fine, you are coming for the conference. And I also advise that too. Same a case happened when somebody got a visa and then she said, "Oh, I got a visa," and she was coming. And I said, "Please wait till the time the conference is coming." She didn't listen to me. And to go to the embassy, get to the airport. I mean, that was very scary. I mean, you can't lie to immigration at the border control. You can't lie to the government official. And then she got to the port of entry, and then they had to call me. I said, well, we have a precaution meeting, but they said, is are we having the conference? And I said, we are not having the conference now. So please, people need to learn. And then she was deported. She got to in a US port of entry, but she was deported. So my point is, um, you know, don't if you are coming for any reason, I just need to. So the same thing, we are here to help you for those who want to come in. For some people, for some reason, might just say, "Oh, just want to have Canada. I want to go for tourism stay." That is fine. But if the government official calls us and say, "Oh, this way," I would like to tell them the truth. So this just came to me, and I just need to just mention that. So to your question, um, we can pay when you're coming in, make sure you come in that period of that program and participate in the program. I know a couple of people might say, "Oh, after the program, I want to stay." We are not the one who is giving issue visa. Probably they give you visa maybe for 1 year, for 2 years. I don't know. If you want to go anywhere after the program, you're free to go. You are an adult. Um, you know, if some people might even say, "Oh, we want to regularize our stay." It's up to you. You can consult with people within the environment. There's no problem, but you have to come legally. You have to come legally, and you have to make sure that you follow the rules. And yes, somebody say, how can we get the full clue or the missing a lot? Yes, yes, we'll provide the video this thing for you. Just yes, now till end of June. Yes. Right. So any other question? I'm sure if I answer that question.
Yes, you do. So also the registration link and the like, anything link you feel will enable us to be able to register, you can just send it to the platform or where you think. I don't have access to that. I know you have it in your slide, but you
Yeah,
know,
we are going to provide all that. I mean, reason why we are having this conversation is to first get people to understand what the process is, have the full, information about this and what they need to do. And then before we start opening up, and then the whole marketing or the relationship will start immediately after this call. And so people can then begin to register officially, and then we can begin to go from there. All right. Any question? Any other question?
thank you, thank you.
You are welcome. Shayla, in Louisville, where are you calling from? You can make use of the comments. I think I'm just seeing you. Shayla, where are you joining from? Right. So we have yes, I know a lot of people are at work or missing a lot of information. Yes, we'll make the video available for you. Make the video available for you. I'm saying Godwin Joseph. I mean, you know, a lot of people want to start joining, like I said, it's just going to be very short. It's probably all my presentation probably within I would say within 15 minutes. And then if you have more questions, you let me know. But then we're going to send the full clip of the video for anyone who wants to watch the video. So is Shayla, where are you joining from? You are muted. Godwin Joseph, where are you joining from? And I know some people may even miss it because some people may miss it because of the fact that they are time difference. So anyway, all right. So we will be bringing it to a close since there are no other questions. Yeah, we're bringing it to the close. The video we cover the slide, some of the information on the slide we are going to provide, on the platform. So that way you can get all the information you need going forward from there. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Talk to you later. God bless.